Hey guys, just finished watching Legend of Tomorrow, Season 3, Episode 6, Helen Hunt. This episode was pretty cool, dealing with, being Helen Hunt in 1933, 37 actually, and it was pretty cool dealing with all that, and dealing with, and bringing her at the end of the episode to Themyscira. I think that was perfect. I love that reference and stuff like that. That was pretty epic. It was pretty awesome seeing that, and it would have been cool seeing a little bit more of the time of Themyscira. But I understand, then they would have had to have a ton of extras and ton of people and all that stuff. But I don't know, it would have been really cool to see that. Maybe someone like a cameo with someone like Linda Carter would have been a cool thing for that. But maybe there's still always time for that later on if they have to go back and put her back to where she was, or that type of thing. So it could be really cool to see where things go with this. I mean, I really thought it was fun dealing with Helen Hunt and how she was interacting with people at the movies thing and stuff, and having Damien Dark and his daughter there. That was pretty cool, keeping it part of the part of the season story and not just a filler episode and stuff like that. And then dealing with the Freaky Friday situation with Martin Stein and Firestorm and all that stuff. That was pretty cool seeing seeing Victor Garber as Firestorm, in with the flame and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. So at least we're getting that before the end of this. Now the only thing that it does disappoint me in this episode is the fact that they're trying to separate Ray. They're trying to separate Jefferson from Stein and make him be completely Firestorm. And I think that's okay, but I think that takes away the fundamental, the main thing about Firestorm is that he's two people in one body type thing. So it doesn't really, that really annoys me when they do that idea. I kind of wish there was some sort of way that they could get someone like, Ronnie Raymond to come back, maybe get Robbie Amell to come back as Firestorm and have, Jefferson and Robbie. I think having two people the same age and stuff like that, there is no age and wisdom type things ideal and stuff like that. I mean, it was cool dealing with, the older person and the younger guy and dealing with that, and you have the age and the different things and stuff like that. But having a whole new version, a whole new person, with Ronnie Raymond, and maybe it could be a different Ronnie Raymond from the multiverse, where he hasn't met Caitlin Snow, he doesn't know he never met with Caitlin Snow, but he's still it's still just a different version but a similar version to what we saw type of thing. So one that doesn't have the history, doesn't have this or that. So when Caitlin sees him throughout the crossover, we don't get that, anything like that. So I'm disappointed that we don't have that. I'm not sure what Robbie Amell is up to right now. I haven't been following him online or anything like that too much, so I'm not sure if he's busy on another show or anything like that, or why he can't just come back now. Now that he's done, he was busy with the movie for the first season and the second season of The Flash, and that's why he left and stuff. But now he's, I don't know if he's doing anything, what he's doing, but I think I'd love to see him come back on here, and that would be awesome to see him come back. I think that'd be really cool, and we don't want to make the sacrifice and how Caitlyn, got over him, make that all for nothing. So that's why I would like to see one that's kind of one that pulls on her heartstrings and stuff, but she knows it's not her Ronnie Raymond type of thing. I think that could be a cool idea, and get a different version of him, but still have Robbie Amell coming back. That would be really cool. But I don't know. There could be someone out there. I don't know if there's anyone else out there who merges with Firestorm. Anyone else who's been part of Firestorm in the comics? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have been part of it for little bits of time, but I don't know if there's anyone other than Martin Stein, Jefferson Jax, and Rob, and what was his name? Robbie Amell. I forget his character name, but I don't know. It's just definitely interesting to see where things go with this, with the Firestorm parts, and it would be pretty cool to see that. I mean, it was really cool to see, Firestorm is pretty much their big gun. Without Firestorm, they don't have anyone, Damien Dark was pretty much scared of Firestorm, so I think it would be really cool to see how things go if you had two younger characters playing Firestorm, I mean, you have I forget his name, can't think of it, but getting that character, getting two young characters, maybe it would work. I mean, like Martin Stein was saying in this episode, when Jefferson was in the body of Martin Stein while he was Firestorm or whatever, he was saying that his body is older and it's weaker and it doesn't really work. So having two young bodies in there, I think that could be a really cool aspect. It could be interesting to see, and also maybe there could be add a female to it. Maybe there's a female version of actually that would be cool, is if you got someone who is Ronnie Raymond, a female version of Ronnie Raymond, or a version where on another Earth where everyone switched genders. It's the same person, but it's just different gender type. That could be a cool way to bring in without bringing Ronnie Raymond in. Maybe they could just say there's a female version out there from the multiverse or something. That could be cool. Some way to find them. But I don't know. I just don't like the idea of Jefferson being alone, because then it defeats the whole purpose of Firestorm. It's not Firestorm anymore. It's just someone with the powers of Firestorm. It doesn't. It's not the key element to him. It's like taking away Superman's type of thing. It's like taking away Batman's dead parents. It's you don't get Batman without that. So to me, that's kind of a silly idea. Or taking away Oliver Queen's bow and arrow type thing. They kind of are doing that on them right now. They're just giving it to Diggle and stuff. But so yeah, getting back to this episode was quite fun, different things. I was kind of disappointed at some points where we're seeing Vixen do her thing and you weren't seeing any, her summoning that character, and then at the end you did see her summon the one character. I was like, okay, so maybe these earlier times when we saw her using her power, she had already summoned it before off camera type of thing. So maybe that's okay. It's cool. Hopefully they're saving it for next week's episode with Grodd, and we can get a really big, gorilla versus gorilla type of thing. And we can get a lot of her using her powers in which, how to fight Grodd and stuff like that. So that could be really cool to see that. Seeing the different animals with Vixen in next week's episode. That could be really fun, and definitely can't wait to see how that goes down in next week's episode. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. What did you think about it? What was your favorite part? And what are you excited for next week's episode? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.